In this video, I will explain you about what is internal resistance. We know about external resistance, right? When we have a battery, this is the battery. In between that, we are connecting, in between the terminal, positive and negative terminal, we are connecting external resistance. Now, current will go, that is positive charges will go outside the circuit from positive terminal to negative terminal. So, let's say I am keeping a positive charge here, that will go in this direction externally, and internally that will go in this direction. Then only the circuit is complete, right? Charges will go like this and through the circuit inside the battery in this way. That is outside the battery from positive to negative, and inside the battery that is from negative to positive inside a voltaic cell. Now, we have the battery and we are measuring the external resistance. But actually, when a current is going inside the battery, this electrolyte is offering some resistance, right? Obviously, because see the charges externally it has to move from positive to negative. Now internally from negative, then to electrolyte, then to positive electrode, then outside. So here there will be a resistance, and these are called as internal resistance. Now internal resistance are offered by electrolyte while charges move from negative electrode to positive electrode. Clear? Now what are the factors that depends on internal resistance? One is we know the equation for resistance, right? Rho L by A. Same thing. Let's say we have electrodes here. Now the path when it become less, which means length is less. So when length decreases, what will happen? That is when distance in between plate increases, length increases in between the plate, resistance increases. So internal resistance also will increase. Same relation. So when electrodes are kept apart, distance increases, internal resistance increases. Distance reduces, what will happen? Internal resistance decreases. Now we can fill the electrolyte to partially, that is half filled. Now what is the problem here? Area exposed, exposed area of electrode with the electrolyte is less. But when we are filling the battery with the electrolyte, what is happening? More area is now exposed, right? So this is the reason why we are saying that we have to keep our battery water or battery electrolyte full, because when we are decreasing the battery liquid, what is happening? The exposed area will be less. Lesser the area, more the internal resistance. So we have to keep it full so that more area is exposed and that offer lower internal resistance. So it is inversely connected. Concentration. So we know that higher the concentration, higher number of charge carriers. So basically that is not a good sign or good circumstance for the movement of charges. So higher the concentration, movement will be less, or I can say that internal resistance will be more. Temperature. We have learned in the previous lecture that with electrolyte, when temperature increases, this electrolyte solution will become thinner or rarer media. So that is a smooth passage for electron to move from one terminal to other terminal. So basically, internal resistance will decrease with temperature. But what will happen when internal resistance decreases? Current increases. When current increases, there is a power loss called as I square RT. So what will happen? When current increases, the I square RT value will increase, which means I square RT is nothing but heat dissipation. Now heat dissipated by the battery will be more. So again resistance will, now when resistance decreases, current increases, more heat will be generated, and the more heat will again in turn cause this thing. What will happen? Again current will increase, this process will keeps on going, and that will basically reduce the life of the battery. So higher temperature with the battery is not a good sign, though the internal resistance will be decreasing. So that is the reason battery will be provided with fin, or that will be kept at one place where heat dissipation or heat will be dissipated to atmosphere. Whatever the heat is generated inside the battery with working, that will be dissipated so that it will be maintained at certain temperature. Okay, so these four factors are determining the value of internal resistance. Thank you.